A man needing quick cash to pay for a medical procedure for his wife that insurance has denied ends up on a high-speed police chase driving an ambulance after a botched bank robbery. Michael Bay is not known for his subtlety. His director's trademark is basically explosions. Ambulance is not a comedy. Maybe not a single joke in the entire movie, but I chuckled to myself nearly the entire time. The plot is both believable and so over the top that it's laughable. I could see a man attempting to rob a bank to get money to pay for an expensive procedure needed to save his wife, but I can't see being involved in an elaborate bank robbery 10 minutes after hanging up the phone with the insurance company after hearing that your claim has been denied. Right after this phone call, the man lies to his wife. He says he got a job lead about driving a forklift when he's really going to meet his brother to ask for money. His wife's response, "Wow, driving a forklift? That's great. You can drive anything." Now, of course, this is a film trope to let the audience know something they wouldn't otherwise know. It's like saying, "John, you are my brother," which no one has ever said, but every movie has that line, so we know the two are brothers. But in this case, no one has ever mentioned someone's driving skills in reference to driving a forklift. This line is not needed because there are 10 other times in the movie when someone comments on how well he drives. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is the man in need of cash. He is becoming one of my favorite rising stars in Hollywood. I loved him as Candyman, and I loved him in the HBO miniseries Watchmen. He plays a believable everyman who is quietly full of charisma. He's got the same charm that Denzel Washington has, but it's more subtle. When he meets his brother, played by an overly intense and obnoxious Jake Gyllenhaal, it is clear that Jake is distracted as he is literally walking out the door to perform a heist to steal $32 million from a bank. But what do you know? He can't succeed with the heist without a driver. And who just coincidentally walked through the door? His brother, who we know can drive a forklift. And just for safe measure to make sure they're not caught, Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't wear a mask, and the cops and the FBI know exactly who he is the entire time. Solid plan, bro. Now, I'm sure Michael Bay was influenced by the iconic bank robbery in Michael Mann's movie Heat. I loved every second of this bank robbery. I loved how intense and action-packed it was and how it gave us insight into all of the characters that would become important players for the rest of the movie. It features so many innovative drone shots that I could not look away. This is one of the best bank robbery scenes in recent memory. And after the robbery, Ambulance kind of turns into the movie Speed, where the ambulance can't stop or the brothers will be caught. There are a lot of subplots going on and a lot of parties in play, so I was never sure which direction the movie was going to take. The ridiculousness never stopped and I couldn't be happier about it. Every few minutes things got more complicated and more unbelievable, including classic scenes like the best paramedic in LA not noticing a gunshot wound on the victim she's been working on for an hour, or the FaceTime call that was disconnected due to low battery. I cannot wait to watch this again with a group of people and point out all of the issues. Some scenes were clearly shot at dusk, and then 10 seconds later it was midday again. This ambulance did not drive all night long without stopping for gas. There were also a lot of scenes where people seemed to be in different locations or in a different position when the camera angle changed. And there were a whole lot of drone shots. The number of drone shots went from, "Wow, this is a great shot that I've never seen before," to, "Okay, cool it with the drone shots, we get it." And the movie was also maybe 20 minutes too long, but I don't know what I would have cut out. This is a classic action movie. It's over the top, it's balls to the wall, it's edge of your seat, and it has great characters all around. It feels like it should have come out around 1995. It even has some real emotion. When we are introduced to our heroic paramedic played by Eiza Gonzalez, she's helping a 9-year-old girl named Lindsay. I did not expect to tear up in a Michael Bay movie, but I did. Even if all the loose ends aren't tied up, you aren't even going to care. This movie is just a lot of fun. Driving without looking at the road, an overabundance of drone shots, explosions, hugging your brother in a garage full of classic cars, looking through bullet holes, the LA River.